The ban system is useless. Wow. There's some good drama. I was going a bit of a rant here since this week has been nothing but a bad week. With Rearm Titan and Curian, it has been making me rage toxic. I will want to express my anger in a civil way. Okay? Okay, I like it. When you're angry, it's important to address it in a civil way. As the title says, the ban system is useless, as in PvP. I still fight against players that use the ban ship, like Blue Bridge Mark II. Yeah, because if ban 1, you can still use it. Even with the increased skill cooldown, people can still stall it and use it. So it makes no difference. Maybe lowering the damage more and effect duration can help. But in reality, not gonna change, no change gonna happen to the ship ban effect. Okay, but that's not the thing that I hate the most. The thing I have the most toxic problem with is the ban units, especially the Bald King, Replacer King. Like, I fight people who still use King even though he is banned. As long as he's banned, one person would just say, ha, I can still use him. He is the most hated unit and always will be because of his tank combined with his high health and with his infinite range hit. You can't kill him no matter what. Wow. Even with his demerit, they can use... Wait, what? Even with his demerit, they can use other units to protect and heal him. Go good luck getting through them. Curian can be annoying too, but he can still be dealt with, unlike this guy. Okay? So in my personal conclusion, he's nothing but a low skill, low effort unit to use. He's boring and a waste of time trying to fight against. Even if you try to say to me, oh, you have a skill issue, dude, then yeah, I'm not ashamed to admit that. At least I'm using a variety of characters comp, rather than just using the same team or meta character comp to win. I don't want to gatekeep, but I just really have no fun playing against him, even though PvP was never meant to be fun to begin with. I will say that I respect him as a character in the main story, but never as a playable one. Now this is my vow to the game and to River of Styx. I will never ever touch or use Replacer King in PvP at all, not a single time. Even when he somehow is an up unit, I'm not touching this Power Ranger wannabe. What Power Ranger? I only use him in PvE, and that's all it shall be. If I were to break my vow, I shall C6 him in a shameless bow. My rant here can be petty AF, but I want to express my frustration this week. People can roast me in the comments however they want. This is my first weekly dose of rant. Here is something for people to talk about in the subreddit. Okay, TLDR, Replacer King bad. Man doesn't understand how meta works. I mean, if a game has PvP, that's just how it is, right? Of course, people are always going to use the strongest character, aka Replacer King, in this game, because that's just how it works. It's very strong, you know, he's the meta, he has unlimited range, etc. I don't understand the logic. Why won't you use him, right? I will never ever touch Replacer King. I get it that you hate him, but like sometimes you just gotta like, you know, you can be a Replacer King. But yeah, the ban system is a little bit complicated. I love the ban system. I think more games should use something similar for balance. That way, units are always relevant. Replacer King, Awaken Horizon, Awaken Amy, and Ministra don't care about ban 1, and neither do Blue Bridge and Coffin comps. Yeah, I think that's a fair thing to talk about, right? That's why you skip weeks. You can skip weeks in a way, but by skipping weeks is not really the solution, because Replacer King ban 1 will become ban 2 and people will still use Replacer King, right? I get it, maybe this guy wants to play all the time. I don't think the ban system in CounterSide is bad though. I actually think there's a lot of variety and flexibility in it. And there's also the casting thing, right? Which players can collectively vote for, etc, etc. Okay, let's see what is this guy saying. That's the nature of gacha PvP. You're gonna have to sometimes skip a week for a better unit rotations that are in your favor. If you don't have Ritan or Rita, is it? Rita, is it? Or Curian this week, you're better not playing. Especially with all the back rows. Oh, Rearm Titan, okay. As for Replacer King, he's actually not that bad. Not that bad if both him and Mark II are banned. I'd argue that it's probably just a gear difference in that case. Either way, they say they were going to do balance changes in the future, although I doubt Replacer King will get any significant nerfs, especially when we are getting Awakened Ludmilla in the future. Yeah, Awakened Ludmilla is going to be a big counter to Replacer King. Okay, skill issue. I understand your frustration, but units like Replacer King are indeed pure cancer. Most people consider him at band 1 to be normal. He's indeed frustrating to deal with. Awakened Ludmilla will be his counter in the future. Right now the tools available are Serena Crew Operator, New Ohio, or Lake to an extent. Yeah, Lake Superior is a pretty good counter, right? Because you can like sandwich Replacer King away, push him more front in a way so he don't get the unlimited range. Other debuffers that can get to him are great. Rush or Terror comms also work well versus him. If you meet a few kings in a row, you have to adjust your team. Every week you could run the same comp, but with ups and bans you need to adapt, otherwise you will be frustrated like you are now. I'm surprised he complained about Replacer King team, but he never mentioned anything about Rush or Terror comms. I thought Rush and Terror comms was equally as toxic as Replacer King teams, right? At least for me. I'm not sure. The truth is, I think it depends on the rank as well. Maybe if you are in Platinum or lower, the Terror comms like the Siege, Goliath comm and Thunderbolt might not be super common there. That's like something that you only start seeing more often once you go Diamond and above. But I do think that, yeah, the Replacer King thing definitely pushes a little bit. Let's see, the ban system is already more harsh than before. Characters have the... Yeah, there's also the stats nerf. So before this, it was just the ban increase cost, but since then they have ever changed. Now you get minus in your stats as well. So minus 10% HP, attack, skill haste, attack speed and damage taken, stat penalty for each ban level. So this is actually true, right? So this guy actually knows. If you play the old version, I'm not sure when global server first came out, I think it was still the old version. Then they rework it to minus 10% of a lot of your stats, which makes it even harder to use a lot of characters. I think Awakened Horizon was super broken as well last time. After the minus stats, she becomes less toxic, it feels like. Every unit has counters, but you will make other matchups worse by adding those stacks. Who didn't experience the counter side moment, whereas you meet Awakened Nayubin user as Tower Xiaolin or Maestra player, or E1 meeting Awakened Jake. Thus everyone has the one most hated unit depending on whatever comp you play. I hate facing against regular Horizon as a soldier player myself without Serena. It's a gacha game. If you can't use the characters, it won't sell. What do you expect them to do? Not earn money? -1. -1. Take Yu-Gi-Oh! As an example, is it? Where we had to play with or against a deck that beats almost every other deck for almost a year. Yeah, that's something that's very, very frustrating for sure. That kind of game, you almost have to like... The developers have to constantly buff and nerf. Which is why a lot of people want PvP in a lot of gacha games, but the truth is, I don't think it's easy to develop either a system that works or to develop some sort of like... You either need to constantly, you know, nerf or buff certain characters to make it certain... to make sure that everything is balanced. That's how a lot of the MOBAs, does it. Feels like it's a lot of work, you know. You gotta hire like one whole team dedicated just to do that, just to test characters, etc. very often. But yeah, that seems to be it pretty much.